Hello, welcome to Verbling. I am teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we will be concluding a series that I have been conducting for the last 3 days, looking at articles a, and the. Today's class is going to focus on when we need to use the. Probably the most confusing aspect of using articles. Actually, it's come up in a couple of the previous classes. Why do we use the sometimes with some words and other times not? Unfortunately, okay, I need you to pay attention today because sometimes there is no clear-cut way to think about it. Sometimes it's more or less just individual, the usual collocation, how we normally say it. So we got a lot of material to look at. I'll present the material. We'll do some exercises. I'll present some more material. We'll do some more exercises because there's a couple aspects to look at here. Anyway, lots of material to look at, so we're gonna jump right in. After I say hello to Victor. Hello, Victor.
Hello, teacher.
There we go. You're connected now. Great. Terrific. Good to hear you. I was worried that you wouldn't be able to get connected. Okay, welcome to the class. All right, well, hopefully we'll have some other students joining us here. But we do have a lot of material, so I'm going to start with some of the more basic material, start talking about it. You're out there in Verbling viewing the class. Please do join us. Plenty of room in the class. You can come in any time, but I want to get the lesson started. So here we go. All right. Using the. All right. We use the. The first rule is fairly simple. We use the when there's only one something. There's only one equator on the Earth. So we always use the when we talk about the equator. We always use the when we use a superlative like the longest, the fattest, the wealthiest, the most interesting, the easiest, whatever. Even when we use other constructions like the second longest river, okay, we have to use the because the superlative adjective with est or sometimes using most means the definition of when we use that, it means there's only one. So the is the article we use when we know exactly which one we're talking about. So logically, if there's only one, we have to use the. If for sure we know that there's only one. Our apartment is on the 10th floor. There's not 10th floors in an apartment building or a hotel. There can only be one. Buenos Aires is the capital of Argentina. Logically, there can only be one capital in a country. Okay. I'm going away at the end of the month. Well, there's only one end of something. There's one beginning and one end. So we always use the with the beginning and the end. Because clearly there's only one. Okay, we also, one interesting note, we use the before we use same. So, for example, your sweater is the same color as mine. We can't say the sweater is same color. We need to say the same color. Okay, are these keys the same? No, they're different. Okay, any questions with this concept, Victor? Pretty straightforward.
No.
Okay. All right. Very similar. Okay, the things we just looked at are very obviously there's only one of. There are other things which may be not quite as clear. For example, well, there's obviously only one, the universe. but there are definitely many moons in the universe. Jupiter has moons, Mars has moons, but when we look up in the sky at our moon, we say the moon. We know the sun is a star, and there are many, 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 many of them, but still we say the sun. Still, the concept is the same. We consider, or historically, there was considered to be only one. The sky, the internet, the environment. Okay, the Earth goes around the sun, and the moon goes around the Earth. Okay, be careful about Earth. We also use Earth sometimes without the, when we think of it as a planet in space. Okay, when we're basically naming it in comparison to other planets. For example, which planet is nearest Earth? You may hear it, which planet is nearest the Earth? Nearest to the Earth. Basically, we can say it either way. Depends on how the speaker's conceiving of it. Okay, then, all right, now we get into the weird things. All right, for example, we say space, without the, when we mean space in the universe, okay, the stars and planets and so forth, we use without the, even though obviously it's huge, there's only one. We say the universe, but we say space with no the. Kind of counterintuitive, but consider it more like space, like outer space, is more of a uncountable type thing. Okay, there's no way to break it into parts. So when we talk about uncountable things in general, we just use the word. However, if you're talking about a space to put something, for example, I tried to park my car, but the space was too small. You're talking about that specific space where you're parking your car. So sometimes it depends on the meaning. It's two meanings for space. Hello, Philip. Welcome to the class.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, good to have you aboard again.
Thank you, teacher. I'm always there, as usual.
Yeah, good to have you. Okay, now another important point. We use a or and to say what kind of thing something is. As an example, the sun, we always say the sun, is a star. Okay. Okay. I could change that around. I could say the star Alpha Centauri is a sun in its solar system, because I'm counting it. I'm talking about what kind of thing it is. All right, the hotel we stayed at was a very nice hotel. All right, so this is important to wrap your head around. If we're saying what kind of thing it is, even words we normally use the with can be used with an article, a or an. All right, now, okay, wrap your head around this. This is confusing, I know. All right. These are basically special cases, and it's hard for me to explain this in a logical way with any kind of system. Because even when I try to explain some type of a system or idea, I find that there are exceptions. It's English. English is loaded with exceptions in the grammar. Absolutely loaded. Real pain in the neck. Okay, so hang on, here we go. We say go to the cinema, the theater. I go to the cinema a lot, but I haven't been to the theater for ages. When we say the with cinema or theater, we don't necessarily mean a specific cinema or theater. This is basically against the basic grammar rules of using articles. Okay? Pretty much, generally speaking, overall, we use a or an to talk about things in general when we don't care which one it is. And we use the when we know which specific exact one it is. This is just an exception. There's no logical way for me to explain this to you because it's absolutely the opposite of the normal rules. However, very common and normal for native speakers. And my apologies for that. I didn't invent the language, but there you have it. On the other hand, okay, all right. Also, we usually say the radio, but we say TV when we're talking about it in general. I listen to the radio a lot. I watch television a lot. Notice the difference. We heard it on the radio. We watched it on TV. If you're talking about your specific object, then of course, you know, move the radio, take the radio off the shelf. Obviously, we're still going to use the for radio. Turn off the TV in your house, which you're looking at. You know exactly which television set you're talking about. Then, of course, we use the. So, even, I hate to say it, but even similar type items, radio and TV, we follow different rules. We normally say the with the radio, and we just don't with TV. Okay, well, there you go. Okay, more weird exceptions. We do not normally use the with the words breakfast, lunch, and dinner, especially in normal everyday conversation. What did you have for breakfast? We had lunch in a nice restaurant. However, we can use a, an, or the with these words. For example, a very common phrase, I had a big lunch. You ate a lot. A big dinner, a big lunch, a big breakfast, whatever. We had a wonderful dinner. Okay, I had an early breakfast. So sometimes with these phrases, we'll use the article a or an. Okay. We had a very nice lunch. Okay, we had a very nice lunch today. You wouldn't say we had the very nice lunch. The lunch was very nice. Okay, notice the difference there. I had a very nice lunch. It's strange, I know, because this afternoon, I know which lunch it is even, but we use a. When it is the object noun, notice when I changed lunch to the subject noun, the lunch was wonderful. I can't say a lunch was wonderful. The lunch we had today was wonderful. Notice this difference. It's very strange, I understand. It changes if it's the object or the subject noun. Again, these are all exceptions. There's not really much of a pattern here. Basically, you just have to learn what you need to do. Cinema and theater, radio and television, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Really no choice but to learn these phrases. A big lunch, an early breakfast. Okay, one more thing here, and then we'll try some exercises, see if you guys get this. We basically never use the before a noun and a number. For example, our train leaves from platform 5, not the platform 5, even though obviously in a train station there's going to be platform 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not going to be 2 of them. So obviously there's only one of them. You know which one it is. We do not use the. Okay, buying shoes. Do you have these shoes in size 43? Not the size 43, even though it's obviously very specific. Same thing for other terminologies like room 126 in a hotel, page 29 of a book, question 3 in an exam. Okay, basically the rule here is noun plus number. Any noun plus number, you don't use the. Okay, but if you're using the and an ordinal number and then a noun, if you reverse this number and noun with an ordinal, then we do use the. The first time. The first time I saw you. The first time. Okay, the 10th plane to leave the airport today. All right? So, keep that in mind. When it's a noun and a number, we never use the. When it's a number and a noun, we always use the. But we have to use the ordinal number. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, like that. Those are ordinal. They show order. Okay, well, there you go. Lots of information there. Let's excuse me. Let's see if we can do some exercises here. Check to see if we got this. All right. So fill in the blank with the, or a or n, or no word if necessary. Go ahead and read. These are first exercises in the form of a dialogue. So it may be, again, a or n, the, or nothing. Victor, go ahead, number 2.
Did you have a nice holiday?
Very good. And B.
Yes, it was the best holiday I've ever had.
Very good. Excellent. Good job. So A with a define, even though it's a defined holiday. Okay, a holiday, one of many nice holidays, I suppose. But definitely with the superlative, have to use the. Philip, number 3.
Number 3, where is the nearest shop?
Yep, superlative again. And B?
There is one at the end of this street.
Okay, we always use the with end and beginning. Great. Victor, number 4.
It's the lovely day, isn't?
It's a lovely day.
Okay, it's a lovely day, isn't it?
Yeah. When we have times, I had a good time at your party. It's a lovely day. Okay. We often use a or n. We usually use a or n. Okay, Victor, how about B?
Yes, there isn't a clouding in the sky.
Very good. Clouds are countable. 3 clouds. So, yeah, we're expressing one, right? So when we express one of any countable noun, in general, we have to use a or n. And sky, there's only one sky, so we use the. Okay, Philip, number 5.
I've got a problem with my computer. It isn't connecting to the internet.
Okay, one internet. Yep.
Yes, that's interesting. I've got the same problem with mine.
Okay, again, we always use the with same. The same. We always say the same. Okay, Victor?
We spent all our money because we stayed at the most expensive hotel in town.
Okay, obviously a superlative. And B?
Why didn't you stay at the cheaper hotel?
Ah, a little trick here, Victor. Got you
Sorry.
with a comparative.
Okay.
So
A cheaper hotel.
a cheaper hotel, one of many possible cheaper hotels, right? So, okay, that was a little trick there, dirty trick. A superlative shows one, most expensive, loudest, biggest, strongest, whatever. But the ER, or comparative adjectives, there could be many. So we use A or N. All right, Philip, number 7.
I think they'll say, would you like to travel in space? In the space.
So in space, you're right. No article necessary. That's
Yeah.
right.
And yes, I would love to go to the moon.
To the moon. Okay. Well, good luck on your trip to the moon. That is correct. Absolutely. Very good. Good job. Okay. Victor, back to you.
What's Jupiter? Is it a star?
Yeah. No, it's not a star. But you are correct. A star. Okay. One of a type. So we use A. Very good. Okay. Big long one here now, Victor. 8B.
No, it's a planet. It's the largest planet.
Mm-hmm.
And I can read
Okay.
your pick. Okay, okay. It's the largest planet in the solar system.
Okay, very good. It's the largest planet in the solar system. There's only one. Okay, the first one we're talking about what type of thing it is. It's a planet. Okay. All right. More fun and confusing examples here. Okay. Same thing. Empty or the. Could be empty or the. Probably not A. All right. As in, I haven't been to the cinema for ages. Philip, number 2.
Sarah spends most of her free time watching the TV or watching TV.
Yeah. Okay. Your confusion is warranted because it depends how the speaker means it. All right. If I'm just saying the broad idea of watching TV, the concept of watching TV, I would not use an article. If the speaker is actually trying to paint the picture of Sarah sitting in her living room, if she's actually thinking about her sitting on her pink couch, watching the TV, the flat screen attached to the wall next to the window, that specific TV, it would be okay and normal. It would be all right to say watching the TV. It's implied watching the TV in the living room in my house if you use the. Okay? So in reality, it doesn't really make any difference, to the listener. It depends what the speaker's thinking or how they're conceiving of it. Okay? So either one would be okay, actually. You couldn't really have a wrong answer there. Victor, number 3.
Do you ever listen to the radio?
Okay, very good. For some reason, we always use. I can't. Okay, we often, almost always use the with radio. Sometimes when we talk about radio as an overall concept, radio is an outdated form of entertainment. Okay, I'm talking about the concept of radio. All right. Notice I'm not using the. Radio is an outdated entertainment concept. I wouldn't say the radio because it sounds strange in that case. So all right, we don't always use the with radio, but usually. Philip, number 4.
The television was on, but nobody was watching it.
Yeah, clearly you're talking about a specific television set. Very good. Victor, number 5.
Have you had a dinner yet?
No.
No.
Only, okay, here's a way to think about it. I try to think of keys or ways for you guys to remember these points because frankly, it's a pain in the neck. Don't use a unless you're using some other adjective. A nice dinner, an early dinner, a late dinner, a big dinner.
Okay.
Okay? If there's no adjective, absolutely don't use an article.
Okay.
All right? That's one other way to think about it. With meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay, Philip, number 6.
Lisa and I arrive at the same time.
Yeah, always use the with same. That's an easy rule there. Okay, Victor, 7.
What's the capital city of Canada?
Okay, obviously there's one capital. Okay, Philip,
What do you want for breakfast?
there you go. Got it. You got it. Excellent. Victor, number 9.
I lay down on the ground and looked up the sky.
Okay, Victor, looked. T pronunciation. Yeah. Looked up
Looked.
at. Looked.
Looked.
Yeah, don't
Look.
put a vowel between the K and the T. Looked. One more
Looked.
time. That's it. Very, very fast. No space between the K and the T. Snap, snap with your tongue. That's it. Looked up at the sky. Okay. Okay. One more round. Yeah, let's try one more round of these difficult ones, and then we'll look at more strange ones. Okay. Just read the sentence and insert any articles, a and the or nothing, that may be appropriate. So sun is star. Okay, it should be. You just read it how it should be. The sun is a star. Philip?
I'm fed up with doing the same thing every day.
Okay, very good. When we count nouns, every, some, okay, few, we don't need an article. All right, these quantifiers, they're a kind of determiner. They determine the noun for us anyway. If we use a pronoun, my, his, her, their, we don't need an article because we have a determiner. Quantifiers are also determiners. So, okay, it's not. If we see one, then we don't need an article, or if we use one. All right, Victor, number 3.
Room 24 is on the second floor.
Okay. Yep. On the second floor, no article necessary with noun number combination. Okay, Philip, number 4.
The moon goes round the earth every 27 days.
Really? I thought it was 28 days. I've been misinformed. Really? Is it 27 days? It's some weird number, isn't it? It's like 27 days and some hours or something.
I don't know either.
You don't know either? Victor,
No.
do you know? My whole concept of time is being crushed, Victor. Is it 27 days? Really? So confused. Okay. Victor, number 5.
It was a very hot day. It was the hottest day of the year.
Of the year. Okay, that's a hard one. It was a very hot day. Okay. Yep. Talking about time. Again, you notice that okay, we're dealing with the adjectives with these nouns of time, like day, week, month, whatever. then we frequently use a, just kind of like with dinner, breakfast, lunch. So there's a similarity there as well. Definitely, okay, superlative, need the hottest day of the year. I suppose you know which year you're talking about, so you have to use the. All right, Philip, number 6.
We had lunch in a nice restaurant by sea.
Okay, we had lunch in a nice restaurant. That's right, one of many, by the sea. The sea,
Okay,
the ocean. Yeah,
okay.
even though I know there's the South China Sea, the Indian Sea, even though we count different seas, sea names, we name them different things, and we have different oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. When we use the word sea or ocean, we always use the.
Okay.
Okay, we have a new student who has joined us. Elian? Is it Elian?
Yeah, Elgin. Elgin.
Elgin, okay.
How are you?
I'm fine, Elgin. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. What's your name?
Oakley?
Oakley? Oh, nice to meet you, Oakley.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. We're doing a little work with the trickier uses of articles, some of the exception words today, actually, the kind of tricky ones that are easy to make mistakes on. You're kind of jumping in the middle of the class, but why don't you go ahead and give it a try. Read the sentence, number 7,
Okay.
and add any articles that may be necessary.
What's
Articles? Yeah, go ahead.
okay? What's on at cinema this week? Let me see. I think it's good. I think it's not necessary article.
No, here you have a weird exception in we always use the with cinema and theater.
Yes. What's on at that cinema this week?
Yes, even though this is a strange exception because it's exactly against the rules for articles, even though we don't care which cinema we're talking about, the one in ABC Mall, the one in 123 Mall, the one across town, we don't even care. Even though it's not specific, we still use the with cinema and theater.
Okay.
It's a weird exception. Okay, Ignacio has also joined us. Hello, Ignacio.
Hey, hello.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm fine. Great.
Okay. We're wrestling with some of the stranger exceptions to articles. So, Ignacio,
Yep.
you're just in time. Your turn. Number 8. Read the sentence and substitute in any articles that should be in the sentence.
Okay. I like to eat a good breakfast before I go to work. To the work.
You were doing so well. I like to eat a good breakfast is correct. Now, again, we use a when we have an adjective with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Otherwise, we don't use any article with the words breakfast, lunch, and dinner. However, before I go to work, we don't use the
Oh, okay.
with work.
Okay.
We don't use the with work unless we're talking about a very specific piece of work. The work I was doing on that folder was lost when the computer crashed. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay? See what I'm saying? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Victor, back to you, number 9. Victor?
Okay. We missed our train because we were waiting on the wrong platform.
Very good. We missed. Victor, pronunciation of the past tense verb. Whenever you have a past tense verb which ends with an unvoiced sound, like S, with the exception of T, that is, like S or K or SH sound, sh, the pronunciation of the ED past tense ending will be T. So, missed.
Okay.
Missed.
Quickly tune it.
Sorry? We missed. Okay, we missed our train. Okay, again, we don't need an article because we have our, a possessive. We have another determiner because we were waiting on the wrong platform. Okay. Yeah, we know which one, so, all right. Philip, number 10?
The next train to London leaves from platform 3.
Okay, very excellent. Good job. All right, so the next train, it's defined to London. By the way, we never use the with city names. Okay? We don't use the with city names except for The Hague in the Netherlands. That's the one exception that I know of. There may be a couple more I'm unaware of. We also don't use the with country names unless they have words that constitute a group, like union or republic or something like that. So, for example, we say China, not the China, and we say the Republic of China. If we're talking about the formal name with republic. Okay, that's why you say the United States. Even if you use the initials U.S. or USA, you should say the USA. You should say the UK, not just UK. Even if you use the acronym, the United Kingdom, the United States. Okay, and we do not use the when we have a noun and a number. So, good job. Elgin, number 11.
Yeah. Okay. You'll find the information you need at the top of the page 15.
Almost. You'll find information you need at the top. Okay, there's only one top and one bottom. There's only one end and one beginning. So we use the end, the beginning, the top, the bottom. The left side of the page, the left side of the picture, the right side of the picture. These kind of directional nouns, we use the because there's only one of that direction. Pretty logical. You need is at the top of page 15. We never use the when we have a noun number combination. Okay, I'm in room 6 in the hotel, not room the room 6. Okay? Page 15, platform 3, whatever it is. We don't need to use the. Okay, I think we've done enough with damage with that because I want to introduce some other difficult concepts here and maybe get a little practice in. All right, let's take a look at this here. All right, Ellie is 10 years old. Every day she goes to school, not to the school, to school. She's at school now. School starts at 9 and finishes at 3. Okay. We say a child goes to school or is at school as a student. We are not thinking of a specific school. We're thinking of the general idea of school. We don't use articles. All right? The general concept of school is basically uncountable. You can't really count concepts. So here's an underlying idea when it comes to using articles. Very important to understand countable and uncountable nouns. In English, we have many words. When we're considering it as a general concept, it's an uncountable, like school in this example, the concept. However, when we're talking about the specific, obviously you can count specific schools. Okay, Roosevelt High School, Belleville High School, Union High School. That I just mention 3 schools. Obviously, they're countable when you're talking specifics. For example, specifics over here. Today, Ellie's mother wants to speak to her daughter's teacher. She has gone to the school. Obviously, a specific school where her daughter's teacher is. At the school now. Ellie's mother is not a student. She's not at school. She doesn't go to school. All right, so it's obviously a very specific school. So there we go. That's school. Let's look at other institutions and talk about it a second. Prison or jail. These are institutions, okay? Fundamental, concept. They're both a concept and a building, all right? Hospital, university, college, church. Again, we don't use the when we're thinking about the general idea of these places. The prison is a concept. University is a concept as well as a specific building. So, for example, Ken's brother is in prison for robbery. Okay, I don't know exactly which prison he's in. I don't know the name of that institution, maybe. He went to the prison to visit his brother. Okay, he obviously went to a specific building. All right. Joe had an accident last week. He was taken to hospital. He's still in hospital now. All right. Jane has gone to the hospital to visit Joe. Again, the specific one. There is, I have to tell you though, however, a little difference, British and Americans. British, okay, follow this same rule. They say, exactly like this, been taken to hospital, he's still in hospital. Americans, for some reason, always use the with hospital. Always. So a little exception. Someone, Elgin maybe, I can hear your kid loud and clear.
Oh, sorry.
Wouldn't mind meeting your...
Forgive me.
It's okay. Okay. Thanks. Thank you very much. Okay. So there's an exception with hospital. Americans do say the hospital. He was taken to the hospital. He's in the hospital now. Americans would use the. Kind of like cinema and theater where we always use the. Both British and Americans always use the. Americans always use the with the hospital. All right, university and college. Well, obviously that's going to work exactly like the word school. Duh. Clearly. Okay. Okay, Sally's. Okay, church. Goes to church every Sunday. All right, the idea of church. Some workmen went to the church to repair the roof. Okay. All right, so those concepts are all pretty easy to grasp. Remember the weird exception for Americans with the hospital. Okay. Most other places you need the station, the cinema. Okay, we do. Now this is a weird concept, but try to grasp it. We do say the cinema, the station, the train station, the airport. I have to go to the airport. The post office. I need to go to the post office. He's at the library. Okay. I think the idea is the concept that at some time in history, these places, it was considered that a town or city has one post office, library, train station, airport. Of course, now we know we have mega cities, and there can be multiple airports or cinemas or post offices. That's the only logical way that I can think about it. This is not something you really read in a grammar book, but when I consider the idea, not every city has a university, for example. Well, they all have a school. It really doesn't work. So basically, I don't know. There's no uniform way to explain this, but we're talking about these kinds of places where you go. I don't know. You can think of a way. The idea, I suppose, is an institution will not need the, but these places are not considered an institution. A train station, a plane station, the cinema, the post office.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Elgin? Go
I
ahead.
have a question. What's the difference between university and college? I'm not pretty sure what's the difference.
Depends where you are. There is a difference in Europe or England, and frankly, I'm not sure what it is. It has to do with degree of public or private. In America, there's no difference at all. There was a difference at one time, but it's not even worth discussing in America. You can have a public or a private college, a public or a private university in America. It has nothing to do with how expensive they are or their quality or anything, and it's just a name in the United States.
When you say American, is Canada, is Brazil, Argentina? When you say America?
Well, I was talking about United States, but I suppose the concept is the same in Canada as well. I don't know. I think basically the whole public versus private institution thing has basically been wiped away in, North America and Canada and in all of North America. I'm not sure about South America. Maybe there's a difference between university and college. I don't know.
Okay.
I just plain
get
don't
it.
know. I don't even
I get it.
understand what it is in England, to be specific. I don't really get it.
I get it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Other weird exceptions. We say go to bed, be in bed, not the bed. This one has come up in the classes before. I'm going to bed now. Did you ever have breakfast in bed? I sat down on the bed. If you're looking at it as a specific piece of furniture, again, if it's a concept, when we say I'm going to bed, we're not even thinking about bed as a noun. We're thinking about sleep. Going to bed is really like an idiom that means I'm going to sleep now. We don't even consider it we certainly don't even imagine the piece of furniture when we say that in English. It's more like an idiom.
Be in bed could be also like be sick, like I in bed, like I'm sick. Can I say that?
We would normally say that. We would qualify it. We'd say he's sick in bed. He can't come to the phone. He's sick in bed. If I just said he can't come to the phone, he's in bed, you can assume he's sleeping. I would actually tell you he's sick in bed. Okay. Sure. And go to work, be at work, start work, finish work. Lots of phrases with work, of course. We don't use the. Again, I think I mentioned it earlier, unless we're talking about one specific task or job, then we will use the. Home is definitely a special word. We don't use the with home. Basically ever. We also, another exception, since we're dealing with the word home, is to. You don't say I say let's go home, not let's go to home. Let's go to the mall, let's go to the cinema, let's go to school. Okay, notice the cinema, go to school, let's go to work. I do use to, but I do not even use to with home. Let's go home. I don't use to, and I don't use the. Will you be at home tomorrow afternoon? Not the home. Okay. All right. Another weird kind of thing here with this word see. We say go to sea, or you can say the verb to be is at sea. Without the, when you're talking about going or being on a sea trip, on a voyage. Okay, Keith works on ships. He's at sea most of the time. Normally, of course, when we refer to the sea or the ocean, we have to use the. It's considered to be like one thing. However, not when we're using it in this specific way. I'd like to live near the sea. It can be dangerous to swim in the sea. But if someone is at sea, that means he's a sailor. Okay, and we don't use the. All right, so it's just a weird kind of an expression, really. All right, let's try this out. Let's see, which exercise do I want to do? Okay, let's see. Let's try sentences that may need correction. Okay, Victor, starting back with you, looking at the examples here. Go ahead and read it. How old is university? About 200 years. It should be how old is the university? In your country, do many people go to university? That's okay. So let's kind of do some editing for articles. Victor, okay, start with 1C here. Victor?
If you want to get,
Yeah.
okay. If
Go
you
ahead.
want to get a degree, you normally have to study at the university.
Well, I don't think you need the university here. You can get a degree in any university.
Okay.
So, okay, I think they're just talking about the concept, not one specific university. Okay, try D. Again, Victor?
Okay. This is a small town, but university is the biggest in the country. I don't know. It's
Okay.
not necessary.
No, it is, actually, because we know that this is the specific university which is located in this small town. We even know that it is the biggest university in the country. We know exactly which university we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. We know the name of it. We know where it is. We know the size of it. Definitely. As opposed to C, okay, if you want to get a degree, you normally have to study at university. You can study in any university in the world and get a degree. You see the difference?
Okay. I see.
Okay. Okay. Philip, let's try. Go ahead and try all of the ABC in 2 here.
My brother has always been healthy. She's never been in hospital.
Okay? Is that okay?
When Anne was ill, I went to the hospital to visit her. When I was there, I met Lisa, who is a nurse at the hospital.
Okay. Great. So far, so good.
A woman was injured in the accident and was taken to hospital.
Perfect. Okay, according to the grammar rules, you were perfect there. Of course, again, I remind you, Americans would say the hospital in every single instance.
Okay.
They would. I would. He's never been in the hospital. She was taken to the hospital. Yeah, anyway. Can't help it. Okay. Elgin, number 3.
Yeah, I'm here.
How about number 3?
Okay, John's brother is a regular churcher. She goes to the church every Sunday. John himself doesn't go to the church. John
Okay.
went to the church. Yeah?
Wait, stop. John's mother is a regular churchgoer, first of all.
Church goer.
All right, she goes to church. You don't need the.
Ah, yeah.
The concept of going to church and praying and all that.
She
Wonderful
goes
stuff.
to church every Sunday.
Okay.
John himself doesn't go to church. could be any church, right? It's in general.
Yes.
C. John went to the John went to church to take some picture of the building.
Okay. Pictures. Don't forget the plural.
Pictures. Yeah,
Okay.
In
Pictures.
my first language, S is too difficult for me. It's not
Okay.
common.
Pictures. It's a Z sound as well. Pictures.
Pictures. It is right. Pictures.
Pictures. Like zebra. Zoo.
Pictures. Pictures.
That's better. Yeah, much better, actually. Okay. Great. Yeah, that's it. Went to the church specific. That's correct. Also, be careful, Elgin, of church.
Church.
That's much better. Yeah, it's a quick sound. It's a glottal sound. You can't stretch it.
Church.
All right,
Church.
great. Ignacio, can you tackle number 4 here?
Okay. Why is she in prison? What did she do?
Great.
A few days ago, firefighters were called to the prison to put out a fire.
Great.
And do you think too many people are sent to prison?
Great. That's perfect. Great. You got it. All right. So the idea when it's a concept or when it's specific. All right. Let's. We got a couple minutes. Let's try a couple more. For example, in this exercise, how did you get home after the party? Get home is correct. So just read the sentence. You're just going to choose 50-50, which seems better. Back to you, Victor.
Sorry, teacher. I don't pay attention. Sorry.
Can I read?
Just read this sentence and choose the underline which phrase you think is better, and just read the sentence. That's it.
I like to read in bed before I go to sleep.
Correct. Great. Philip.
Okay. Shall we meet after work tomorrow evening?
Perfect. Exactly. Great. Elgin, number 4.
I love swimming in sea.
In the sea.
And the sea. Why in the sea?
Because sea and ocean are considered like the moon, the sun, the earth, the sea, the ocean. They're considered as
I love
one.
swimming in the sea.
Right. We only exclude or omit the when we say he's at sea. My son is a sailor. He's at sea right now, or he has gone to sea.
Okay, got it.
That
Can
exact
we say
concept.
I go to the sea? I go to the sea.
You go
Can
to
we
the
say
sea on vacation,
so?
like that.
Is the phrase correct if I say I
Yes.
go to the sea?
I go to the sea. Yes, I go to the sea on vacation, for example. Yes, that's correct.
But the rule before said we can't say so. The rule we read before said we can't say I go to the sea. They say I go to sea.
I go to sea. That means you're a sailor. You're on a boat in the ocean, not you're going to the beach to lie on the beach and get a tan. Two different, totally different concepts. That's the difference.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. No problem. And glad I could clear that up in the last seconds because we're out of time. I have to go now, so thank you very much. I hope you
Thank you,
learned
teacher.
some
Bye.
valuable information.